Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, July 28th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not to be considered financial advice. There is substantial risk of loss in trading futures, forex, equities, options, and crypto of any kind. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances and financial resources. Put that another way, don't attempt this type of trading with capital you can't afford to lose. All right. And YM has just stopped out of an early trade, so we'll be looking for a new setup there when the market opens in 3.5 minutes or so. Yeah, exactly. Boy, I guessed that one right on the nose. So while we're waiting there, we also have a possible get in sync long, this add-on trade on soybeans coming up also at market open, 9:30 Eastern. Crude oil this morning. A couple of different ways to play it. If you use the 20 trade off the 20 SMA in the diamond level package, that goes short at 57 seconds after the hour from 98.43. It's target 1 at 33 and target 2 at 27 for a total of 26 ticks and a one and done session. If you're not using those, just using the gold level trades, this blue trade, it's an oversold situation. Pick up the entry at 98.41. That hits target 1 at 59 and target 2 at 70 for 47 ticks. So one and done either way you go this morning on full crude contract. Good morning, Miles and Pamela. Please do say hello, as I don't have any other way to know who all is in the room on YouTube other than who participates in the chat. Unleaded, a little bit different. We actually get a long at 25 seconds after the hour that comes to a stop and reverse using the SMA trade. If you don't use the SMA trade, you take a full loss on that. If you take the stop and reverse, you actually pick up targets 1 and 2, which are worth. I'm sorry. Target 2 is a primary target on at least that's the plan I've been using is target 2 is 33 ticks, and you pick up 321 for the trailer from 329, so you pick up 8, so 41. The loss would have been, actually no, that's not true. You pick up 29 and 37 because you have a 28. You have a 5 tick adjustment because of the stop and reverse and a key level. 4 tick stop and reverse adjustment for unleaded plus a key level adjustment puts you at 24 rather than 29. So that gives you 28 ticks to target and 3 ticks on the trailer. And the markets are opening. Did soybeans? No, soybeans didn't give us a chance to catch that long. Here's a new long. 5 seconds. You'd have had to have been quick, and it just hit all three targets if you were quick enough to get into that. Looked like it was possible. We'll come back to the unleaded in a moment. Let's go to the Russell, since we got we want to wait 4 minutes before the MNQ starts anyway. Nothing yet on the YM. If that trade was not tradable, we have a potential short on soybeans now. And the Russell with a long. There's a 5-second bar, and unlikely that you got into that one. It was 6 seconds to the third bar, and then another 6 to the next bar, which did hit money management. Third bar hit target 1. And good morning, Andrew and Bob. All right, looks like Pound Aussie getting done quickly this morning. All right, the short canceled. We have a long that looks like it was avoidable. It spiked to the entry and went to full stop. Another long. Let's take that at 30.25. With his quick spike to 1 tick beyond the entry. Push the entry a couple of ticks on that. So 30.25. Our target is 32.25, and that's also money management. And there's target 1. That'll be a one and done session on soybeans. Stop now at make that 30.50 since we had a 2-tick adjustment. Still at 30.50. Plotted stop is at 30.25, but with our adjusted entry, that'll be 30.50. Looks like we got a potential short trade coming on the, and there it is on the YM. 219, plenty of time. Now the question is, will we be able to get through the 50 before it comes back up? Pushing through the session highs, that was a pretty sharp pullback. All right. Soybean stop at 31.50, going through target 2. 8 and 14 ticks so far, and stopping out at 32.25 for another 8 on 2 positions. So that's 16. 38 ticks this morning. 6.5 points. $300 trade, $350 trade, and one and done. And the YM approaching money management. Money management at 188. And the Russell's still in that first long that was a little too fast to catch, looked like to me. That's the catapult 1.5 point, half-point offset. Custom Renko bar for TradeStation. 51025 Unirenko, producing the same chart, should produce the same chart on TradeStation. All right, the YM punching through the 50 and then bouncing back up, but not quite getting to money management on that excursion through the 50 EMA. So we'll see if it comes down and tests again, finding some resistance, it looks like, at the 20 SMA. Okay, coming back to unleaded. We picked up 31 ticks on the short if you used it diamond level trade, or drew it in even if you with the goal on the gold level. So we lost, let's see, we lost 51 to 24, so we lost 27, 54 ticks on the stop and reverse, 64 if you took the full stop. So if you took the stop and reverse, it's 57 ticks less the 31. We're down 26. So we come to the long. We get target 2 there and stopping out at just above target 2. 73 ticks to target 2. Target 2 is 405, and the stop ends up at 409. So 76 on the 73 and 77. So 150 ticks on that one will get you positive whichever way you had traded the first trade or first 2 trades, just 1 or 2. So positive on the second blue long trade, and we are POQ on unleaded gas. YM still short, hanging around the entry again. Russell stopping out of that long. Okay, we're past our 4-minute wait, so let's take a quick look at the micro NQ. This is the 12.3 tick that the 12 point Renko 3-point offset custom Renko again that Troy has been showing some in the room, a little bit slower than the 6.2. So again, 8:34 is our exchange time start. 9:34 on my charts as I'm in Eastern time zone. So that short trade comes a little too early and hits money management right around our start time. So our first trade is the long. Most likely, I suspect, avoidable, spiking up quickly. 1 second for those 2 bars, and then you have the pullback. I'm going to assume that it pulled back before going back to the stop. Then we have a short. Note we have a pullback here on the 3rd bar. Notice, see the wick, and that should definitely get us in. Yeah, 19 seconds on that bar, so definitely should be in that trade. It's break even now. Working toward target 2 for 28.5 points. YM still short, trying to work down through the 50 again. If you clear the 50 here, we got a good chance of getting done up there. And there it goes, popping down right close to at prior swing level. Need just one more little push to get money management. And our target is 184. 188 for money management. And there's money management. I think did we get, yeah, one tick away from target. Stop at 211 now. That's a good place to choose to take profit. Pushing down within one tick of target. And stopping out at 211 if you didn't on the second position, even if you took profit. If you didn't, both positions come off at 211. So if you took one tick away from target, we usually take is POQ. Micro NQ still at break even on the trailer, having hit target 2 for 28.5 points. The YM, based on our rules, should be done. Here's another short, an SMA trade from 68, it looks like. Yeah. 11 seconds on that bar. It looks like definitely time to have gotten into that. If your particular trade plan rules don't have you POQ, don't assume POQ on the missing by one tick. And target 3 on the MNQ. So the stop trailing down now to 78.50. As I mentioned on the pound Aussie, got in here at 388, a couple of ticks for spread, or 2 pips for spread. My order was in at 390. Hit money management and target 2, so 2 positions come off at target 2. That's our first actionable target. So target 2 worth 16 pips times 2, or 32. Actually, ends up being 28 after spread. And then comes back for one more pip. Actually, a loss of 1 pip with spread on the other 3 positions. Targets 3, 4, and trail. So 25 pips, one and done session. And target 4 and continuing to trail lower on the MNQ. MNQ now at 40.25 for the trailer. This is a home run trade. And the YM trade going through money management and target 1 for 41 ticks. Stop now at 161, 157. And 31.25 on the MNQ. This is one of those trades you take your win and you go home. That's going to even if your trade plan is 3 or 4 wins. I forget exactly what this one is. When you get this kind of a trade, set it aside and come back tomorrow. Don't continue trading and give it back. $16.25. Let's see. Our entry was 607.75, and we're now at 516.25. So almost 100 points on the MNQ at $2 a point. And that's per contract. Obviously, you can have more. You may have more than one contract on the micro. And the YM target 2, target 3, trailing down to 118. This definitely would have been the. I think I still would have, if I were personally trading the YM today, which I usually don't when I'm running the room, because it's just trying to start that amongst everything else with the room starting is just a little too much to try to concentrate on. I'm at 101 now, through target 4. MNQ down to 501.25. So 105 points plus, and that's just the trailer. And stopping out at 501.25. Let's go back to the Russell and see what it. The Russell didn't catch anything on that down move. So the Russell has not had a trade yet this morning. I need to get a counterpunch chart going on the Russell as well. See what Troy's been using for that and get that going for next week. All right. Let's see. MNQ has been successful. The Russell, we're waiting for the Russell to do something, and the YM stopping out at 091. So a very successful trade on that one. YM definitely POQ. All right, 10 a.m. crude chart coming up here in a little less than 9 minutes, about 9.5 minutes. Let's check in on heating oil. Then haven't looked at that in a little while. Bunch of activity. 9:30 start. Traded out of New York. And right off the bat, is it too fast to trade? Yes, 2 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds to the second bar, which is all the way down at target 3 already. Not even close to being able to trade that one. And it looks like the next trade is a short that unfortunately triggers you in with, you got plenty of time to get into that. Yeah, 22 seconds to close right at the entry. And then it goes back the other way to the stop. Second trade hits the entry and ultimately gets third target for the scalp and a modest trailer. So we have 1 win, 1 loss. Long trade goes 5 seconds to money management, so that one's not tradable. Just a break even anyway. No entry on the short. Well, plenty of time to get into the long. And that unfortunately that goes break even. Got to work it quickly, but it just is break even. So you have a break even, a win, and a loss, full loss. 12-second bar, but it went to the entry and back. So you'll have to dissect that one a little bit to know if it was tradable or avoidable. But then it comes back and definitely hits the entry. So that one definitely is a loser. So 2 losses and 4 trades total. We have a new long setup, 4 seconds to money management. That one's not going to let us get into it, even though it is successful. Short doesn't look like it was likely. Yeah. Same second to money management. That one's too fast. Then we have another short. 13 seconds. So that's likely in that one. There's a target 3 and a break-even trail. So 2 wins, 1 break-even, 2 losses. A new short. That goes 1 second. That's too fast. And that's the big winner of the day, of course. But too fast to get involved with. No entry on the short. The long is same second, too fast. $10 seconds. So if this triggers, yeah, and it triggers. It triggers and goes to money management for a break even. So that's trade number 6. So that ends that session. Should be positive with 2 wins, 2 break evens, 2 losses. So we'll watch for what comes next on crude. Coming up in Under 4 minutes. $3.45. I need to get my chart ready to go for that one. Potential get in sync short there. It's 3 minutes to go. Okay, the short taking some heat, so we'll see if we can get into that. See if we get into that or not come 10 o'clock. If you're trading mini sessions on unleaded, you also have a get in sync long. It looks like it's right around the entry at the moment. As is crude. Minute and a half to go. Crude coming down to toward the entry again. There's the entry on crude. Still another minute to go. Unleaded moving up and moving back down a little. Undecided at the moment. 30 seconds to go. Both trades are still viable get in sync opportunities. And we are in the 10 a.m. session. Crude should have an order in. Still hasn't triggered, so if it hits the stop, we'll cancel our entry. Unleaded pushes through money management, so that one's off the table. And stopping out. So cancel your orders on crude, and we'll wait for a new setup. And there is a filtered trade. That's a squeeze zone. See the 200 up here, the 50 down here. That almost made it. If that had been just a little bit shorter, the 50 would have been beyond target one, and that would have been a valid trade. All right, hey, set up just a little bit higher. Although I sure do like that trade off. Of course, now it's bounced off the 50, so nice bounce off the 200, but bouncing again off the 50, and we're about to get a long trade here, it looks like. And there's the long at 92. No trigger yet. One close below the balance line. Trade still valid. No, it's not. It did cancel. Second trade below the balance line. Or second bar closed below the balance line. And a new long. That went through rather quickly. 8 seconds. Should have had time to get into that. Came back to the entry for us. That's a smallish trade. Not too small. So in the long. Crude not sure where it wants to go at the moment. Another filtered short, another squeeze zone trade, keeping us in the long, keeping us from reversing to short. Might as well expand this. Nothing much else going on at the moment. And that looks like a full stop out. So first trade, yep, is a full stop. 19 ticks, 38 net on 2 positions. And there is an oversold. So if we close this bar with the oversold signal on our histogram, that's a SMA short from 58. Well, we also have the potential for a long trade setup going the other way. We are in an oversold condition. And looks like it's going through. nicely. And getting both targets, as well as target 3 now. 53 ticks on the 2 targets. So that gets us our 38 plus another 15. So POQ on those 2 trades. If you're using the SMA trade, that is a part of the trade plan we've been using in the trade room. Trailing nicely. So that brings us to a conclusion on the 10 a.m. cruise session. Looks like the unleaded hasn't had a trade yet. Something looks strange about that unleaded chart. Let me check something. Should have a filtered trade there. No, there wasn't set up. Yep, should be on there. Looks to me like there should be a filtered trade right here. It's going to be filtered by the squeeze zone, but there should be a short trade right there. You know, there are your exhaustion dots. It's below the balance line. And it's obviously in the squeeze zone. All right, I'm going to ask for questions because that's about all there is to look at. Go back to Russell and see if it's done anything. There we go. Should have plenty of time to get into that with the pullback on bar 3 there. Solid target 3 and trailing down almost to target 4, hitting targets 3 and 4 there. So that's That's a winner on trade number 1. We have another short. Yeah, plenty of time to get into that one. And that's another target 3 and target 4, trailing down beyond target 4. And that's where we are. So 2 wins this morning so far on the Russell. And there's the first trade for the morning. You too, Pamela. Have a good weekend. Sorry to say, memory serves, you're over in England, correct? Great Britain? So you're already well into your afternoon. Unleaded having a little bit of trouble. Taking a full stop out on that short, that would have been the first trade of the mini session. And a new short on the Russell. Four seconds, but then you have a 12-second bar, so there's very likely to be a pullback in there. Most likely in this trade. Target 3, and we are at break even. And that's where we stop out. Is it break even? So we pick up the scalp target at target 3 for a third winner. As it looks like the Russell is going to be positive today on the 5, 10, 25 Unirenko bar. That's the 1.5.5 custom Renko on TradeStation. And now a short on the unleaded. And in that trade, right around the 20 SMA, there's money management. And almost getting down to target 2. And stopping out at break even. Getting as low as 012, and target 2 was 008. So 4 ticks away. Long now, and okay, plenty of time now to have gotten in. It came back to the entry. Entry at 071. This is a healthy trade, and just missing money management there. $41 tick target 1, $64 tick target 2. Lost 49, or risk of 49 ticks on the first short trade. This is trade number 3, so this will be the last trade of the mini session. there's target one if you're using target one. And I probably would be using target one in the mini sessions. If I'm trading the six trade, one session a day plan, I'll go target two. But in the mini sessions, I'll go target one. So we picked up a target one here of 29. We were down 98. So target one of 29. One tick on the trailer for 30. Down 68. Picked up 64 on target. We're down 4. And our stop now is at 79. So we are plus 4. That will be POQ. This is a POQ trade on unleaded for the 10 a.m. mini session. If you trade that. Wow. And it just bounced all the way up to 169 on the trailer. Quick up move on unleaded. And that definitely gets you some breathing room on the day. Positive on the session. POQ, and that is about everything we can do. The only thing we've still got going is the Russell. And that one, there's no way to stay out of that one, I'm afraid. Plenty of time to get in, so that's going to be a full stop. So 3 wins, 1 loss on the Russell. And there's a new short on the Russell. Lots of time to get into it if it triggers in. And since it hasn't triggered, hitting the stop doesn't affect the trade. The only thing that will cancel it is the cat lines on the cross of the cat lines. Even a close above the stop won't cancel it in this case. Still trying to decide if it's going to go up or down there. Short trade is still valid. And because of the big move, it really isn't any better full screen. And there's your entry. Short on the Russell. Getting close to target 1. There's target 1 and almost target 2. And we got a major key level adjustment there. So stops at 35.1. Keeping a couple of ticks of risk on, and we're going to lose that 2 ticks. So that is a second loss because of the key level adjustment. And a new long. Should be plenty of time. Yeah, plenty of time to get in that. This will be the 6th trade, so this is the last trade either way it goes. And a full stop out. 3rd loss, 6th trade. It should be a winning session. It took a while to get going, but it should be positive nonetheless. All right, folks. Our numbers are dwindling, and that's all I have to talk about. So unless there are questions, I'm going to call it a week. Regular schedule next week, as far as I'm aware. Troy Monday and Wednesday. I'll be in Tuesday and Thursday. Crude oil inventory report on Wednesday at 10:30. So everybody have a wonderful weekend. And we will see you next week. You have a good one too, Miles. Thank you. And off to other things in life. Good luck on your trading tomorrow.